Family mode.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Epic Learning Center. Myself, Lovelis Sharma. I'm the head analyst. Webinar on KLSE and SGX market overview with some potential stocks to watch. I heartily welcome you to this webinar. We have had a very fruitful and resourceful webinar last week. There was a lot of questions and a lot of sharing of knowledge, a lot of sharing of positions of market and so on. This particular webinar as well focuses on the same platform that we are at, about the market, its dynamics, anything that we are missing, anything that client wants to know. So this particular webinar, as we begin, focuses on the dynamics of the market. First, these are the contents that I'll be sharing about the Epic Research, KLSE SGX, and in this particular webinar, we are focusing on give you a live query and answers through our softwares about your positions and about market. So I'll take you through these contents about KLSE, then I'll talk about Singapore Exchange, its charts, and then some of the trading strategies and some charts that I'd like to share with you about the market and some potential counters that we have identified. Moving on to next slide. About Epic Research, we are a SEBI registered advisory firm, having been awarded and rated by NSIC, DNB. We have won Leadership Excellence Award, having our presence in India, U.S.A, Australia and Middle East countries with over 15,000 satisfied customers and around 80% accurate trading calls. We provide need-based expert advice in the domains of equity, cash, future, options, derivatives, commodity market, COMEX international market, currency, Indian and international Forex, premium research report, corporate research solutions. Apart from that, also fundamental report. We are foraying into international market, Singapore Exchange, Kuala Lumpur Stock Exchange, Shanghai, Hong Kong. These are some of the rewards and recognitions that we have won over the past. We have won Leader Brands Leadership Award in 2014, then Achievers Awards for the best brands and the most innovative product award in financial services, International Quality Crown Award, Best for Financial Research Services in Asia by Wealth and Money Management Awards. These are some of the certifications like ISO and DNB that we have achieved through our credibility amongst clients. To come on to the market, we'll be discussing live about some of the index. For example, this is Straits Times Index currently coming at 2726. In our last webinar, we clearly notified that this particular index is in a broader range of 2690 to 2550 level. Though we have had recently a breakout on the upside, as there was a good volume seen at 2670 to 2680 levels. If you see RSI and stochastic on 25th of February gave a buy signal over here, while if you see RSI, it's also making higher top, higher bottom. So currently, though it's an kind of an island top which may form if prices might have closed at 2710 level, but there is a long gap on the chart, and if you draw a trend line from the top, you see that we are somewhere close to this trend line, and we are having a close above it. So a gap is there on the chart, but if we close below 2710, we may see our bounce towards 2690. So buy on dips strategy is suggested. We have been recommending buy on dips. This particular channel breakout has been done today on the upside, and currently at 2726, 2727. Current levels, we have a gap up along with the opening above the trend line. So we need to be cautious here, though the strategy should be buy on dips. We may see it coming down to 2690, 2695 levels in coming time horizon, but your strategy should be buy on dips. Why? Because after a long time, if you see uh, EMA of 13 days and EMA of 34 days on the charts, it generated a buy signal over in 2015 in October. After that, there was a sell signal, and since then we have been in a sell mode. After almost 8 months, 7 to 8 months, we are having a contraction of 13 days and 34 days EMA. This is a very strong exponential moving average in the short term, and they are contracting, and the prices have given actually a breakout. So if we breach this channel and we have a weekly close above 2740, we may see a stretch. Then we may apply Fibonacci retracement of this particular downfall from 3105 to 2540. The 61.8% comes at 2877, 2887. So that is first attempt that we may see on this chart. Currently on the downside, 23.6 has been breached, and 2690, the support trend line, the resistance trend line, which is now a kind of a support, may cease as a entry point in the short term scenario. So a long-term downtrend which has been started back in November 2015. This was in the short-term horizon, though. Lower top, lower bottom formation has been seen. The trend line, if you draw from 3100, which meet the second top at 2900, is acting here right now as a support. Though we need to have a weekly close above 2740 for this upward momentum to continue. If you apply a line chart over this particular Straits Times index, you'll easily understand that if you are advanced trader, this was an accumulation zone, and if you apply this trend line, this was a throwback on line chart, and we may see this particular rally to be extended. There might be a kind of a correction of 20 odd points that amounts to 1 to 2% odd, but if we go by this particular pattern. This is a W pattern, and this is the throwback we have seen on light chart. So this was the second opportunity over here. I like to highlight it for you. This was the second opportunity. This is a kind of a resistance. If we actually uh, gives a closing about 2740 on weekly basis, we may see this rally extending towards 2870, which is our 61.8% retracement. So this was straight stamps index. Second, I would like to discuss with you. I hope you people have a pen and paper with you so that any of your queries can be answered later on after this webinar. Coming on to next, FTSE Bourse Composite Index coming at 1691. Last week we indicated that prices are into a kind of trading range which we indicated, and if you see, this is acting as a still uh, resistance on the upside. 1691, 1694 is, that is why, a very crucial level, because the prices have been taking its resistance in the past. We are not able to close above 1700 level on the weekly chart. If you look at a daily chart, we are still not able to breach 1690. So a closing above 1697, 1700 level is very important for prices to sustain. Otherwise we may head back towards 1580. The best part about Bourse Malaysia Composite Index right now is that we have seen a positive crossover of 13 days and 34 days EMA. This particular EMA has given a buy signal for now time being, and if you see stochastic at 61.44 is still in a bullish mode. RSI on the other hand is at 68, nearing oversold zone. But if we go by prices, we are at the verge of a breakout. If we close above 1700 on daily basis itself, then we may see this kind of a rally. And the next target, if you see, may come out, because it might be kind of an inverted head and shoulder pattern. On the line chart, you will be able to see very clearly. Uh, this can be your neckline. If you move this trend line from here, we may see this prices to extend towards next level of 1800 in the midterm, though in the short term on trading perspective 1740, 17350 will be the next target. If you want to find out the target, we can simply apply a Fibonacci retracement, and 1752, 1750 will be acting as a good support, and we may see prices retracing towards these level in the short term, because prices have breached 23.6. 38.2 is acting as a support now. 1680, 1684 will be support. Next target will be 1752 in the short term time horizon. So this is a composite index. The strategy should be buy on dips. We are at the verge of a breakout, but the closing above 1700 is needed very much. Coming on to counters, specific. First is global lock properties. Well, these are some of the highlights of this particular counter right now. We have seen a falling wedge. the prices are on the verge of a breakout, as we have seen a positive signal from stochastic. RSI has reversed from oversold territory and is now having being able to sustain at 49.48 level. Currently prices are touching its 13 days EMA, though we may see next resistance at 1.95 Malaysian Singapore dollar. But above this, if we have a mean reversion, we may see prices going towards 61.8 retracement. Generally in falling wedge, the target does come. This is the length of the wedge. So if we take a Fibonacci retracement right now of this particular channel, our next target should come at 2384, 2234 and 2.8, while in the short term our target is of 1.950. But if prices grows gives a closing above these levels, we may see a kind of a wave pattern and we may see corrective wave, and the prices may retrace to 2.10 and 2.250 very much. RSI is still at comfortable level. Stochastic is nearing oversold, but it's still in a buy mode, so we'll go with the trend. You need to keep this particular counter on a radar. In coming trading sessions, it might be giving you very good results. Next counter in Kuala Lumpur is AirAsia Berhad. It is very bullish right now. We have been recommending it in BTST and daily signals as well. The contraction of 13 days and 21 days EMA has been there, and currently prices have breached 1.6 and 1.2 Malaysian ringgit trading zone. We have seen a positive breakout today, and I think in the short term it will continue on the basis of a wave pattern. The target comes at 1.8 to 1.9 Malaysian ringgit on the upside, while in the short term 1.400 has been acting as a good support. So you need to keep a radar. It's a buy on dips. I think on the upside 1.8 to 1.9 are the targets that can be achieved very much easily, and a support formation of 1.40 has been there. So it's a buy on dips. One can initiate long in AirAsia Berhad for the target of 1.8, 1.9. Breaching of that, we may see this particular counter becoming a mid cap to 2 Malaysian ringgit. So this particular counter needs to be seen as the next level on above 1.9 comes at these are some of the levels that you need to understand. This particular counter has been in a trading range. So about this we have seen a closing. Next target comes at 2.150, though on the conservative side 1.8 and 1.9 are the points where you should book your profits and exit. Wavocom INTL is another counter, though it has given a bearish closing today. It's not what we have been suggesting, but you need to keep this stock on a radar. The next levels in this counter can be 3.0, 0.3 Malaysian ringgit, while on the downside, if the prices closes above 0.260 and there is a buy signal which is generated from exponential moving averages, it needs to be on your radar. Rousley is another counter which we have been giving in our Singapore exchange services. A consolidation breakout has been seen, and if you look at a weekly chart, this particular counter has been making lower top lower bottom formation. Recently the top has been almost same as much as the previous top was, while on the downside it actually retraced only 61.8. Support formation is there at 0.140, so any close above 0.165 you need to keep this particular counter on your radar. Anyway, close above 0.165, you may see this counter taking a stretch towards 0.22 and 0.27. So these are the two counters, Vivocom and for our clients in Malaysia and Rousley for our clients in Singapore. While we have recommended Global Log Properties and Eurasia Berhad to our clients, you need to keep an eye on these two specifically in short term and trade as per the levels. Since we are time bounded on the webinar side, this is our number, WhatsApp number. You can connect with Epic Research at +60 1137489903. You can avail exclusive features like latest market updates, daily calls and reports, stock and news, and support resistance. There are some festive offers which we have been providing. Recently, last festive offer came during China's new Lunar New Year, and information on free webinar which we have been providing free webinars to you, providing market dynamics, updates, support, resistance, and short-term picks. Epic Research is a leading firm. We have intense technical and fundamental research and producing incredible research result through our services. Our company is growing at a rapid rate as we are having representatives in US, Singapore, Australia, and Middle East. We provide signals in all major markets including SGX, KLSE, Forex, Comic, FCPO, and FKLI. You can call us on below mentioned numbers at +6531 581 402 or 06035 to connect with us. If you have any queries, please ask. I'll try to answer your queries as much as best possible way I can. So we have first query that is in Bourse Malaysia. I'll assume your trading time horizon in this particular counter, but yes, it has been in a continuous correction right now since 2000, beginning of 2016. Uh, if you see This particular counter is facing resistance of the 13 days and 50 days EMA. Closing above 1.380 is needed. Though if you go by wave pattern analysis, we may see a ABC corrective wave. So try to exit this counter as fast as you can. Anywhere around your cost price, you can exit this counter. Close below 1.220 on a daily basis can be considered as a bearish sign, and we may see C wave extended towards 1.01. So you need to exit this particular counter as soon as you can. Okay, I've answered your query on VS industry. Uh, if you can see, next question is at persona. And Pakistan in Bursa, Malaysia. Pakistan holding coming at 0.90. Since you are mentioning you have a holding or you might need a view, it has been in a continuous downtrend. Never this chart has been very much attractive. I don't know if you have bought it, but even if there is a slightest move, I would think it will be 0 point till 0.950940. We haven't seen anything attractive in this chart. Has been in a downtrend, continuously lower top lower bottom formation, while 13 days EMA is still acting as a resistance on the upside. You try to avoid this counter, that will be much better. And I'll take your last counter, then I'll discuss some of the other counters like Tropicana and Telium. While your last question, Clash one, is on Persona. I think I have seen this particular chart. Has been in the limelight due to its yes, I think you might have been trapped here in this particular gravestone doji which has been formed on the weekly chart. See, the best you can do about this particular counter is that 0.30310 has been the best support. We have seen rally towards zero point 0.9. So as per the cycle, I think you are still in a bearish zone. We need a closing above 0.410, 0.4, yes, 410 on a weekly basis for this counter to change trend and hit or go towards 0.540. Until unless then, it's seriously an avoid. Though RSI and stochastic are showing, but they have shown in the past and we have seen a kind of a rally. So if you're expecting a short term rally, if you go for mean reversion, we may see a rally towards 0.520, but a zero closing above 0.410 will confirm the price action. Your question, Latif, on Tropicana and Michael on Delium. Just hold on. 1.140. Suppose you are holding or you just want a view. So I'll give you a short-term view of the counter. See, every chart right now has, since market has been in a downfall momentum and then has been in a price pattern range, this counter needs a closing above its 50 days, or sorry, 34 days exponential moving average to beat it. For past 2 years around, it has been facing resistance, and the sell signal is there from EMA, which we have seen here in 2015 in November month. So a close above this 34 days EMA is needed above 1.190 Malaysian ringgit. You'll see it going stretch towards 1.76. And my Latifa, your query on Tropicana has been in the momentum, has been pushed around on various channels as well. We have been recommending this particular corporation in our BTST, and also we published this post on Telegram. This particular counter has recently given breakout, but it is having its due correction for the time being. A doji has been formed on the weekly chart, so it shows a kind of indecisiveness on the chart. 1.17 is also actually a kind of resistance on the upside, which has been acting as a resistance in the past, and we have seen a downfall towards 0.85. So currently as well, at 1.170, closing above this, we may see price taking a next leg of bullishness towards these level of 1.132. But for now, it is in a correction. If you are holding, you can hold, but the stop loss will be deep on the chart, that is at its 34 days EMA of 1.010. If you have any queries, I'll answer it right now, since we have just a few minutes left, and then we'll be taking your permission to end the webinar as we are time bounded. You seem to have a lot of holding, Mr. Kalashel. When you need to discuss your portfolio ASAP, if you are holding all these scripts, if you are holding your scripts and you have a large portfolio, you should actually share, so that at least you can have expert comments and advice on the same. Though China automobile is your next query in KL, just hold on. China Automobile Parts Holding. I think it's a penny stock and you might be interested in bottom fishing if you're not holding it. Even if you're holding it, I don't think one should be holding it because the prices are in deep correction. Uh, this is the monthly chart that I'm gonna show you. Okay, it has been listed recently and okay, this is a weekly chart. I think it is a beaten down counter. There is not much strength in the counter. The prices are still in a downward momentum. Any spike in this particular counter, people have used it as a point of exit rather than buying. A recent downfall is a steep resistance on the upside, while the trading range hasn't been quite better as well. So if you see, this is a kind of a channel, prices have been there. I think it is inevitable, and this particular counter may drop to 0.20, 0.25 in coming point of time. If you have any more queries, I'll try to answer, and then I'll take your leave. We still have 3 to 4 minutes left. Thank you all. Thank you for being part of this webinar. Uh, you can connect with us on WhatsApp. This is our number +60 1137489903. You'll get the following features which has been listed as like latest market update, daily calls and reports, stock and news, support resistance, exciting festive offers for you to renew your services or be part of Epic, and information which is given free on webinar. Hope you have a nice evening. This is Loveless Sharma from Epic Research. Thank you, and we will meet again next week with some hot counters and some update on market as well. We'll be putting a lot of fundamental elements and fundamental and technical stocks as well. And you won't have to register since you have registered. So it's a series of webinar. We'll be giving outlook on the market. Along with that, some hot counters for the week. We'll be including more of a fundamental versions, which way we have a kind of a bottom fishing on the chart using some fundamentals as well. So we will meet you on 9th March next Wednesday. Till then, happy trading, same time. Thank you very much.